initiate the gambling. Thanks. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your Friday show. What's up to everybody on YouTube? What's up to everybody on Twitch? What is up to everybody on Twitter? And did anybody go check Kick? Are we still on Kick? I gotta look at that over the weekend. That's crazy. And if you're wondering, like, by the way, if you're wondering about this gambling nonsense, this happens over on the YouTube channel every Friday. At least we try to do it every Friday. But I tell you guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to only let gambling go for like an hour on the Friday streams. But we have this thing called Nerd Coin. And it's basically just like a little reward coin. You get it for super chatting. You get it for being a subscriber. I usually drop a random amount of it as well into the stream. And you use it to gamble, and then you lose it all, and then you don't have any, and it's perfect. So that's what's going on. I wouldn't worry about it, man. I gotta say, one of the things that's like driving me crazy a little bit, and I can't believe we're gonna do this, but we're gonna go back. We're going back, man. We're going back to the old camera. I guess the old camera that was once the new camera. Oh God, Jesus, why? Let me pull that back a little bit. Maybe like there is good. I'm just because like. Look, it's crazy, but I mean, look at this. Look at me right now. Look at me right now. This is crazy. Like every day when I plug this thing in, I have to like fool around with it. Like I have to fool around with this thing every single day to try to get it to like not be ridiculous. And I'm never satisfied with the color balance, the detail, like all of it. It's all weird. And then I was noticing too, because we've been working on clips and whatnot, that even in the clips, like, and I jacked up the bitrate. Like the bitrate's like on a recording is like 10,000 now, and yet the video quality still looks really shitty because this, like to me, it looks okay from here, like on stream, it looks fine. You know, it doesn't look bad. But when you get it like in the edit, I don't know exactly what it is, but maybe it's just because it's a webcam. It doesn't have that huge sensor that a mirrorless DSLR has or whatever. The image quality is just not there. So we're going to have to go back to the old camera. I'll find the cord or I'll buy a new cord so that we don't have to worry about the camera dying after like 2 hours and the stream going away. But yeah, that's what we got to do. So we're probably going back to the old camera, and that's been a really fun adventure of bullcrappery. But anyway, how do you check your nerd coin? The link in the chat bio isn't working. Link in the chat bio isn't working. What's the chat bio, bro? What do you mean by that? Oh, you mean like in the description here? Yeah, I'll have to look into that as well. We used to have a website that it was on, and I don't know what happened to that website. It's probably gone forever. I have not stayed up on that, but I can see it on my end if I go on to Streamlabs. We'll just have to figure out a way for you guys to see it as well. Oh my God, guys. Hang on one second. Breaking news. Breaking news. Oh man, that's really not much here. Never mind. I was going to say some cool Warhammer information came out about the new Deathwing Knights, and I know you guys are really interested in that shit. So we were gonna stop the whole stream for a second and go over that, but alas, it's not that big of a deal, so we won't worry about it. Anyway, happy Friday to you all. Welcome to Friday. I can't access my nerd coin. I have sent a number of super chats and I enjoy being here. Help a brother out. I will help you out. I'm going to try to reach out to Streamlabs and see what's going on with that. Apparently they actually have people you can talk to now, which is great. So yeah, I'll look into that for you, man. I don't really know why this happens, but for some people, they literally they never get nerd coin. It never drops them. I think it's something I think it's something on your account. But I don't know what it is. So I'll look into it. I'll try to figure it out for you. But at the end of the day, like, the nerd coin is just like a little extra thing. We do utilize it quite a bit for like giveaways and stuff like that. So I understand that people want it and I want to give it to you. I'll look into it. I'll look into it and see if I can figure it out. If I hear about the freaking cord one more time, so help me. I've been hearing about it since I joined the channel. So just so we're all on the same page here, how long ago was that? How long ago did you join? How long have I been talking about this cord? I'm just curious. Can we just linger on this cord for a little bit? When did I buy this cord? Have you found the cord to new camera? God damn it. When did you join? Gamma Josh. Is that what's going on? Like, do I look too gamma-y? What the hell? Is it too much? Do I need to adjust this? Chat, why don't I look pretty? It's too green? Oh, because of the green screen and whatnot? Yeah, I don't know there's much we're going to be able to do about that. Let me drop the gain a little bit, though. Is that a little bit better? That might be a little bit better. Bam, there you go. 31 months. Wait, what? I think Nerdcoin doesn't work on mobile. Can anybody confirm that? I think it does. You look pretty in my heart, Josh. Thanks, man. That's nice. Josh gonna Hulk out with all that gamma? I don't know. We'll see. We'll judge it by ear. Go put more makeup on. How dare you? Watch those wrist rockets. You watch your mouth. Watch those wrist rockets. That's a mouthful. Live action Spider-Girl movie in MCU 2024 total today now, yes. Right on. Seen the Indiana Jones trailer? You know, I saw it. I saw it pop up. I'm just really not that interested. Isn't it a good company? Is it Bethesda? I don't know much about it. But I saw some people were excited. So that's good. That's good. We got to speak about this Madam Web because the new news is killing me. Yeah, this is maybe one of the funniest, craziest things that Sony's ever done. And just wait till you hear this. Like, Sony gonna Sony, man. You know, Sony gonna Sony. And a lot of people... Like, I saw some people when this news came out, right? Because I think it came out from Jeff Sneider, right? And it seems like, you know, everybody flips a coin when Jeff Sneider does a scoop. Do we hate Jeff and think he's inaccurate and toxic? Or do we like the news and therefore we will listen to Jeff and we will talk about this as though it is happening? So a lot of people came up on the "we hate Jeff Sneider, this isn't real" yesterday. And I saw some people talking about this online and being like, that's so ridiculous. Like, Sony would never do something like this. And I'm like, are we talking about the same thing? Like, we're talking about Sony, right? The, I don't know, something to do with Spider-Man, I guess, company. Like, we're talking about the same company here, yeah. From Jeff, gonna have to write about Madam Web because the internet is too stupid to listen to my podcast. I never said Andrew Garfield was axed from the film. He was never in the film. God damn it, Jeff. Okay, let's you know what? Let's do our due diligence and let's actually listen to what he says in the podcast, and then by the way, I'm gonna fucking roast this motherfucker. If what I think is going on here, which is like he probably couched it like that and then got mad at people for assuming that. What a motherfucker. But I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Let's actually listen. Let's actually see it. John Johnson with the $50 donation. Holy shit. 3 years as a Nerdvenger today. Wow. That's awesome, man. Thank you for that support. Seeing you and your family grow over these years has been an absolute privilege. Love you and support you in your own way during good and not so good times. Love this community. Nerdvengers for life. Unity, take my money. Not people being stupid. That could be the case. Hey, John, thank you so much for that support and love, man. I really appreciate it. And also, it came at a good time because I was about to like snap off on Jeff Sneider. But you're probably right. We should keep it chill. And you know what? He probably has a point. And I will say this, no offense, but a lot of people are pretty stupid. So let's see what's going on here, okay? It's going to be a fun exploration here. Either way, we're going to have fun and we're going to go through it together. Now, before we get into the Madam Web stuff, God, you know what, though? I'm sorry. I just got to say it one more time. I feel super compelled. To say this, like, from my soul, from my heart, from in my chest. I think Jeff Sneider's probably a really good scooper. He's really got good sources. But I just don't like that motherfucker, man. There's just something about Jeff Sneider. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Am I crazy here? Am I just too charged up right now? Is this too toxic? Is this not the way that it is? Like, this motherfucker, bro. He's just got one of those faces. One of those faces that you just want to, like, you know? I don't know. It's a wild turn. It's a wild turn of events here. I don't know what to say. But there's just something like I feel really compelled to just say what a motherfucker he is. You don't like him because he is you. Wait a minute. Let me unpack that for a second. Y'all are really alike? God damn it! Don't say that to me. Let me unpack this a little bit. Chat, am I a lot like Jeff Sneider? This is a real moment of self-reflection here. Because I, like, really don't like this dude. I can't be! It can't be! Is it because his scoops don't kill the Ray movie? No. I think his scoops and everything are really good. He just, like... He just oozes this aura, this, like, it's kind of weaselly, like, I want to, like, I just fucking, Jeff Sneider, No, I'm just kidding. I'm really just saying all that shit because he probably got mad that I made my thumbnail the way that I did today. But you know what, Jeff? Go fuck yourself. Anyway, I thought you two were brothers. No, we are. That's why I'm doing all this, because we are. I get the same vibes, not this. Wait, what? I get the same vibes, not the same views, but the same vibes. God damn it, Kendall. You were just trying to. I feel like you're just trying to trigger me. You're just trying to trigger the fuck out of me right now. That cannot be! I thought I was a nice guy! That cannot be! All right, anyway. Let's see what he did say. Maybe he's right. Maybe people are stupid. Maybe I'm stupid. Holy shit. You are? God damn it, chat. I'm shutting this whole stream off. I don't need this shit today. I'm like Mr. Rogers up in this bitch. Okay? I make people have good feelings. All right. Anyway, let's get into some show notes before we get into all this information. And honestly, like I don't even really dislike Jeff Sneider. I think I might just be feeling manic today. And And I just, you know what? I don't like the cut of his jib. That's what it is. That motherfucker. Okay, so anyway, cool thing. We got a cool thing figured out, chat. And this is for you people on Twitch and for you people on YouTube. Each month, we give away a $200 GameStop gift card. I figured it out. I figured out how to add all of the Twitch subscribers into the list with all of the YouTube subscribers. It's actually like really simple. It's way easier than I thought it would be. So later on in the stream, I'd say maybe before we get into Q&A or something like that, we will do a drawing and we will pick a name. And this is all, you know, to sort of support the Twitch channel to get people over on the Twitch. What I will say is, of course, we have memberships here on YouTube and we provide a lot of cool things for people that have a membership here on YouTube. But you can also get access to those things if you become a member via Twitch. And what's interesting about that is you can pay and become a member on Twitch, just like you can here on YouTube. But you can also do it somewhat for free. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a little bit of Jeff Bezos money each and every month. This is money that you can just give to a Twitch content creator via a subscription at no additional cost to you. It is probably not going to last forever because it's technically losing Twitch a bunch of money and that company's not profitable and they just fired like thousands of people. But for now, you can give Bezos bucks and you can get a Nerdventure membership for free. And if you are a member here on YouTube, you can still become a member on Twitch for free and you get an additional entry into winning the $200 GameStop gift card each and every month. So I saw a bunch of you guys actually did do that. That's super cool. We actually have a couple people on Twitch that are members not through Prime. They're literally just paying for a Prime membership as well. That's pretty cool. I appreciate it, guys. Look, if as long as, you know, Jeff Bezos and Amazon are going to give like free money away to people, I mean, we might as well get some of that free money. You know what I mean? That's what I think. So, yeah, that's the first bit of news, and I think that's really cool. There was something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember it. I just still can't believe you guys are saying that I'm the same as Jeff Sneider. Why? Why? Ugh. Okay, anyway. I suppose we should get in to this Andrew Garfield situation, okay? Now, the way I heard this and the way I saw this come out on Twitter was essentially that Sony had a plan to bring Andrew Garfield in to the Madam Web movie. Then they shifted that plan and they were instead going to bring in Tom Holland to that movie. Then they took a step back and figured out that they screwed up the timeline completely, and so then they had to cut out all of the Spider-Man stuff that was already in the movie. Amazing. You know, Sony, hilarious, incompetence, all of this stuff that's really, really funny. But then Jeff Sneider said today that, like, people are stupid, and that's not really what he said. So you know what we should do? Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let's see what he said. We'll react to it together here, and then we'll make fun of Sony because this shit sounds hilarious. And I hope that it's actually hope that it is actually what happened. So wait a minute, what? They don't even have a timestamp in here? Where's the timestamp, man? Where's the Andrew Garfield stuff? Somebody help me out here. Oh, here we go. Okay, I think this is it, guys. I think I found it. Let me get this sorted out for us here. Oh my God, no, chat, no! Turn the music down. Okay, here we go. Boom. And then let's boom. And then let's... But look at this guy. Are you saying we're twinsies, me and Jeff? Hang on a second here. Let me try to strike the same pose. We're the same person. That's amazing. Okay. See what he says.
I mean, if we have this many people watching.
No, please, let's do it. Madam Web.
Okay. Where is the Madam Web tweet that I had responded to?
Where's the Madam Web tweet? God damn it, Jeff! You're already fucking this shit. Okay.
Will Brasky.
Yeah. I want to bring it up because I heard a crazy rumor, and this is just a rumor.
Okay.
Who the fuck is the tweet?
We had a break where you could have pulled this up.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Now I see why you're saying we're the same, because we're at the same level of preparedness. And honestly, I gotta say, I take it all back, Jeff. I'm sorry. I don't know what was in my coffee. We're brothers in Christ. That's
tweet so much, Bill Braskin.
Here it is. All right, hold on. Oh, the Peter Parker thing. Okay, so hold on. Let me bring it up because I have it here. I will share the screen and bring this up so people can look along with us.
I found it. How is this? He says, how is this possible, right?
Yeah,
is Peter Parker 10 in this movie's continuity? The movie seems like it's set in modern day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
okay.
I did look for evidence of this online. I couldn't find much, but I was always under the impression that Madam Web was set in the 90s.
Yes. That's what we were told. It's been set in the 90s.
I thought we were told.
Yes.
From what I understand,
oof.
Madam Web, it was they thought for some reason that Andrew Garfield was going to be the Spider-Man in that world. Not that Andrew Garfield was going to be in the movie,
right?
But I don't even know. Maybe this is for sequels or whatever.
Right.
For whatever reason, Andrew Garfield
I see what's going on.
Supposed to be the Spider-Man in that world, and then afterwards, it was decided it's going to be Tom Holland. Yeah, right. Tom Holland Spider-Man. So the point was that the ages, the timeline didn't line up anymore.
Right.
Okay. So I'd heard that the reshoots for Madam Web, right? The latest reshoots, which I thought they were up to something else for that, but what I'm told the reshoots were actually to address was to remove all the 90s references from the movie because someone fucked up on doing the math as far as Tom Holland's age would actually be this, or whatever it was. So I would just say that when Madam Web comes out, don't expect any 90s references.
Okay. So then it's not set in the 90s. Is that what you're saying? Or are they trying to set it in some nebulous time?
90s, and they got rid of the 90s setting because that made sense when it was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Not for Tom Holland.
Okay, so let's try to unpack this. So I think this is what's going on. And I think I understand why Jeff is getting upset. And Jeff Sneider, great guy, good looking guy, smart as a whip, sharp as a tack, whatever, blah blah blah. Now what he's saying is Madam Web, which is a movie about time travel and seeing the future and a bunch of attractive ladies dressed to make them look less attractive in a Terminator version of Spider-Man. Okay? So they had to figure out what Spider-Man or what universe or what are you doing? Sony, what are you doing? And I guess what Jeff is saying is that at one point they were going to make this canonically exist in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe. Okay? Which is interesting. And then they switch it so that it's going to be Tom Holland Spider-Man. So this is young baby Tom Holland Spider-Man. We're in we're in the MCU with Madam Web. I mean, how do you think Kevin Feige is going to feel about that, right? If they're oh, by the way, dude, Madam Web kind of exists in the MCU now. I don't know about that. So essentially what he's saying is they had a plan to tie it to Andrew Garfield canon. Then they kind of switched it to tie into Tom Holland. And so they literally had to then go in and do reshoots to remove all of the 90s references and all of the references that made people think this would have been in the 90s because they just screwed up the timeline. Right? Which is still hilarious and still amazing. And look, so Jeff's not saying that they would have been in the movie, but I guess here's my question. Why would you tie it to these Spider-Men and then not have them in the movies? And, you know, I've heard a lot of rumors about how this movie might tie into Venom 3. And Venom 3 may be a thing where, you know, there's another young Peter, or maybe the Spider-Man that is referenced in this film shows up in that movie. And you have to wonder, like, was there a plan to have a cameo or some kind of post-credit scene or something like that with the two of them? But I mean, frankly, that is hilarious. Like, that is, because, you know, when it first popped off, didn't many of us think it was going to be Toby, that we were in the timeline of Toby? We were in the era of Toby. And then that apparently isn't true. They were going for Andrew. And then they realize this actually won't make sense if we make it in the 90s. So they literally went in there and spent money to remove all of the 90s references. And I wonder now, like, is it just a completely random version of Spider-Man? Are they still going to try to tie it to Tom Holland? Like, are they tying it to Tom Holland, and that's why they did all of the reshooting and stuff like that? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, Sony definitely going to Sony, and it just seems like, again, they're super inept at handling this shared universe of Spider-Man films. And I don't know about you guys, but, like, I mean, I'm not going to see this movie. Elisa asked me yesterday, she's like, so wait, are we going to see the Madam Web movie? And I was like, absolutely fucking not. Like, what? Like, hell no. And I wonder, chat, are you guys going to go see Madam Web? Like, is everybody gearing up? Because, I mean, that's the next big comic book movie of our lives, is Madam Web. Oh, look, some of you guys might. Some of you guys might actually see it. That's cool. Yes, just for Sydney Sweeney. I mean, she is what do they call that? A looker. She's a looker. They used to say that back in the day. That's the old man Josh coming out. She's a looker, I tell you. That Sydney Sweeney, she's a looker. So, you know, okay. But, you know, Elon pretty much ruined Twitter with all the engagement bait, you know, porn bot accounting and everything. I mean, I see more of Sydney Sweeney when I go on Twitter these days than I actually want to. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Madam Web movie is really gonna deliver the goods, as it were. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. Yeah, interesting, man. Sony gonna Sony. It's funny, but it's also kind of sad. Like what are they even doing over there? And, you know, decisions like this, and I mean, they're literally spending money to go in there, remove things from the film just because they're like, yeah, now that we're doing this, that actually doesn't make any fucking sense. So we got to go do all that. It's crazy. It kind of makes you feel a little bit better about Marvel, even though Marvel is certainly going through its own issues right now. At least we haven't reached this level of stupidity and ineptitude over at Marvel Studios yet. So there you have it. The crazy rumor about Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland in Madam Web. Exciting stuff. You know, I guess, you know, another thing that this is making me think of, and this is just speculation, right? We're just getting into raw speculation now. But what is the deal with them switching it to Tom Holland? Like, is Sony still trying to do stuff with Tom Holland? Like, how is that gonna be a thing? Does he have to go do a movie over at Sony? Like, I really do wonder what kind of deal does Feige have with Tom Holland? Because, you know, we've heard that Tom Holland is like super important to basically everything that's going to be happening in the next couple of years with Marvel. He may even be the lead or a central part of Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. So, what? Like, how can that be the case? And yet he also might go do some stupid stuff with Sony? I'm not really sure. And then what's going on with Venom 3? Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's kind of wild. It's just, what do they want to do with him? And are they going to get to do it? Yeah, I don't know. Kind of a wild one. Thoughts, chat? What do you think? Wild times? It is wild times. Sony needs to just focus on Miles Morales animated shit. I mean, that, yeah, they definitely have something with that. That movie was fantastic, so want to see more of that. For sure. For sure, want to see more of that. Tom even acting anymore. I do think he took a break. Did he not? I do think he took a break. He hasn't been in anything, at least that I've seen. I think he did some show or some movie. I saw all the weird clips online where he was like taking back shots, and I was just like, that's fucking Spider-Man, what the fuck? But other than that, I haven't really seen him do much. Ultimate Spider-Man 2 releases in 3 days, I believe. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. It releases in a couple of weeks from now, from what I understand. That would be cool, though. I'll be surprised if Madam Web doesn't flop, to be honest. Yeah, dude, I think it's going to do pretty badly. And they've tried a lot of different stuff to get people excited for it. Like some weird kind of like edging videos with Dakota Johnson. Which, by the way, like, no, like, who is Dakota Johnson? Like, why is she? I don't know who she is. But apparently, like, a lot of people know Dakota Johnson. What was she in? She must have been in something pretty high profile or something. Carl says edging. I'll explain it to you when you're older, bro. 50 Shades. There you go. Makes sense. We've come full circle. That makes the edging videos make a lot more sense. Joey Ebb says, why is it so difficult to figure out continuity? A 10-year-old could come up with a better continuity. How do these people have jobs? Frustrating. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I don't know, bro. I do not know. The world is a funny place. Yeah. I can see the future. 5 seconds later, the villain appears. I think you can see the future. Yeah. If they drop a Sydney Sweeney JOI, I'll go see it. Whew. Man. Chat's down bad, huh? Chat is down bad. In this year of our Lord 2024, I cannot believe chat is down this bad. She's also Melanie Griffith's daughter. Who the fuck is Melanie Griffith? Who's that? And what's she known for? Who is that? And what did she do? I don't know. I don't know who she is. No, I don't. I mean, maybe I will once you guys tell me. There's going to be web shots everywhere in that movie. Jesus Christ. Getting attacked by a lion? What is happening here, dude? Was there like some absinthe in my coffee today? Because I'm feeling wild. His daughter, bro? Whose daughter? What's happening here? I used to like Jeff Sneider and all those guys, but they went off the okie deep end. The okie deep end. Yeah. Right on. She's a famous big actress from the past. I mean, thank you for clearing that up for me, dude. That's awesome. She used to do a lot for me back in my teens. Okay, cool. Great. That's it's useful information as well. Fantastic. Fantastic stream so far. Woo! You ever saw Milk Money, Josh? No, I have not. I don't know what that is. That must be an old movie. Huh? Old movie, huh? Don Johnson, Miami Vice, his daughter. I mean, you might as well be speaking Greek. I don't know what you just said. Doc, I got the Captain America comic you posted and a Daredevil comic as well. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. I read Avengers Twilight yesterday. Amazing. Unbelievable. You know, a comic's really good, at least for me personally, right? Because I don't know if you guys know, like, I make comics. I'm like making comics, unity. This is how I know a comic's really good, when I get really fucking jealous after I watch it. I'm like, God damn it, so good. Why didn't I do shit like that? God damn it. That's how you know it's a really good comic. And I was furious after I read Avengers Twilight. But it's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Is this a good time to jump back into Marvel Comics? I think it might be. I'm reading some really good comics right now from Marvel. So, yeah. I'd say so. Yeah. Josh, not Doc. Oh, I know. I got it. But I'll take it as a compliment. I mean, just like Jeff Sneider, I can see that people would confuse me with Dr. Disrespect as well. I mean, we all basically look alike, Just imagine the Christmas card, mom and dad at the top, and then me, Doc, and Jeff Sneider. I mean, makes sense. I could see it. Don Johnson, who was in Miami Vice, is Dakota's father. You talking about Miami Vice, the show, or the Michael Bay movie? Or was that Michael Mann? It's one of the Michaels. That was a good movie with Jamie Foxx. What's the other guy that was with Jamie Foxx in that movie? I can see his face right now. He's like the Irish guy, but I can't think of his name. Yes, the show. All right, cool. The original 80s show. Okay. I'm learning so much, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's shift into the next thing. Let's shift into the next thing. We have Signs of Life. Let's see here, 53 minutes. We have to listen to a podcast here, so hang on a second. Haha. Okay, I have this pulled up. Pause the music, Chet. So this one's going to be interesting. We have heard. Hang on, let me. Okay, so we've heard recently that Foggy and Karen are coming back for Daredevil Born Again, and yippee! Hooray! I'm excited. But the question is, did Kevin just bring them back into the show to murder them in front of our face and be an asshole again? Because, look, I'm a big Marvel fan, and I really like Kevin Feige, but, I mean, the Ralph Boner shit wasn't it, fam. And, we've had a couple of those kind of situations in Marvel where, Feige likes to have a good time, as we all do, likes to kind of wink behind the camera and likes to trigger the fans. And, I'm an easy mark because I get super triggered about this kind of shit, all right? But when it comes to Foggy and Karen, it's like, woo, Marvel's finally learning. But, like, is the opening scene going to be them being, like, tortured by the Saw guy? And then it turns around and it's not the Saw guy and it's Kevin Feige. And he's like, hope you like the show, you fucking nerds. And then, like, Daredevil Born Again, comes up. That's the question. Well, we haven't had a lot of clarity since it was announced that they would be coming back on, like, are they back? Are they just going to get killed in the show? Like, what's going on? And apparently, just yesterday or maybe a couple of days before that, Alex Perez, Cosmic Circus, on a podcast gives us a little bit of an update about what's going on with Foggy and Karen, and we're going to pull that up.
Me theories on how he
Wait, what the hell?
Being shot.
Main thing, there's this. We don't know the names of the actors of.
Here it is.
Karen and Foggy.
Yeah, but they're 100%. They were all. There's this conversation of like people saying, "Oh, they weren't going to be in the show. They're going to be in the." They were always going to be in the show. It's just that it wasn't in the original idea. It wasn't going to be something that was, what's the word? It wasn't going to be something that was going to be like expanded on as much as it is going to be now, because now it's going to be, from what I'm understanding, there's going to be more than what was originally planned, and that was the original idea was not going to be a good idea for many people. But I think it's gonna be interesting now that we're gonna have the Netflix series kind of like intertwined. And until I can learn more about the show, I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a Daredevil season 4, but more as Marvel's take on a story and continuing it on. It's like, okay, this season.
Okay, so he kind of like brushes past it quickly, but let's go back in and try to see this, because he's saying
this conversation of like people saying, oh, they weren't going to be in the show.
Yeah, so what it was told to me that they're not in the show, they're going to get killed off screen. Now, some people okay, so this is why this shit is just so weird and it's hard to follow this. My Time to Shine literally said that as well. Like when it first came, when the news first broke that they were going to be back in the show, and it broke from Jeff Sneider, My Time to Shine came out and said good, because killing them off screen would have been stupid, right? Then she says like a week later they actually were going to be in the show, but it was just going to be a cameo. So apparently there was going to be something in there with them where they were going to die or something. Which one is it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of conflicting reports and conflicting things. But I do believe that regardless of whether they were actually going to be in the show or not, could have been archival footage, could have been a quick cameo appearance or something, they were going to get killed. And they were going to be a catalyst for why Matt had retired. At least that's the way that I understood it. And so they've changed that, and that's what he's referring to here. It's just weird and confusing, and, not to get lost in the details, like, let's not get lost in the sauce. It feels like what he's saying here is the plan is for whatever they're doing in the show to be much different and much more involved than what they were before. But let's listen again.
They were always going to be in the show. It's just that it wasn't in the original idea. It wasn't going to be something that was, what's the word? It wasn't going to.
The word is they were going to kill them, and people would have been pissed.
Be something that was going to be
controversial,
expanded on as much as it is going to be now. Because
okay, so it's going to be expanded on.
From what I'm understanding, there's going to be more than what was originally planned, and that was the original idea was not going to be a good idea for many people.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's what he's saying here is like, that original idea, which is, they were going to die or be killed off screen or whatever, right? They were going to be used they were going to fridge him. They're going to fridge Foggy. Like, let's just say it. That's what it is. They were going to fridge him. And Alex is implying here that whatever they're doing now is much more involved. And that's good, because what had happened before would have, like, really pissed off a lot of fans. Now, to expand on that just a little bit here, and this is kind of interesting. Jeff had a scoop earlier on in the week. He was talking about this on the podcast with Roca. And he said what he heard was that the Daredevil show took everything they shot, right? Because they were shooting a lot. You guys remember the set photos? Like, they had Charlie Cox in like a really good-looking suit, nice jacket, like looking sharp. Vincent D'Onofrio as well. A lot of like cool set photos and things that came out from Daredevil. And I remember there was a time too. Do you guys remember this? Not to get totally off track, but do you guys remember when Daredevil was shooting and the strikes were going on, and like Daredevil kept getting picketed? Like people just kept coming over, like protesting, because Daredevil's just like still trying to shoot. This was in that weird time where like everyone's like, yeah, we gotta stop shooting, we gotta, we gotta wrap this up, solidarity, but also like kind of trying to like get the last minute shit done. Do you guys remember that? That was a really funny time. Regardless, so they shot for a long time. And, they stopped. Kevin Feige looked at it and said, what the fuck is this? So they fired everybody. They're remaking it. According to Vincent D'Onofrio, they're going to start shooting that again really, really soon. Here's the point. Jeff said whatever they had, they took everything that they had already shot and they cut it and clipped it up. And it's now 6 episodes worth of material. Okay. So it's 6 episodes worth of material. They have a new pilot episode, which is great. This is probably going to be a lot like, and this might make you cringe a little bit, but just walk with me on this. This is going to be a lot like She-Hulk, in the sense that the pilot that we saw for She-Hulk, which had that crazy Shen shitting on Bruce and saying she's better because she's a woman. You know, that whole scene, right? That pilot was not the original first episode of She-Hulk. And Kevin was like, no, you need to like just establish this character and what's going on and get right into the Bruce stuff. So they took the Bruce stuff, cut it up, changed it a bit, and made it the first episode. Feels like something similar with the Daredevil pilot because the rumors were you weren't going to see Matt in the suit until like episode 4. So can you imagine like fucking 3 episodes of the Daredevil show with no Daredevil, you know? So I think they're changing that in the sense where the first episode now will likely have Daredevil stuff. It may well lead to a point that's basically where the original show began. Because, like, you got to think, right? Like, if they're taking all those episodes and cutting it down to 6, then a lot of that stuff is still going to be in there. So, I don't know. Like, maybe, like, I don't know. At this point, it would be very speculative to see how it's going to happen. But essentially, I think you've got a new pilot, which will help to set the show up, take you into maybe where the original version of the show was, and then Jeff describes 2 additional episodes that, quote, help make sense of the 6 episodes that they're taking from the original version of the show. So then you've got 9 episodes, 3 of them completely new, 6 of them using old footage, maybe some new stuff being shot there as well. I'm not really sure. Okay. But when you think about all of that, and then you think about Foggy and Karen, my question is still like, well, how are Foggy and Karen in the show then? Let me give you my speculation on how they might pull this off. Okay. Maybe what they'll do is instead of Foggy and Karen dying, okay, walk with me on this, which, by the way, Feige, Kevin, Brad, everybody at Marvel, if this somehow gets to you, you can steal this idea because it's great and I don't care at all. I just want good shit. I do not care. Steal this idea for the love of God. So what you do is you have Foggy and Karen get hurt really bad in an attack, and you put them in the hospital in like critical condition. Okay? And then you have this nice staple scene, which you can keep returning to, shoot them in a bed with a bunch of wounds on them. They're in a coma, so they don't even need to act. You could just go in and shoot them for a day, get all kinds of fucking angles, etc. And then you have this sort of reoccurring theme throughout the show where Matt has retired as Daredevil, at least at first, and he does have a new partner, and he's leading a new life. But Foggy and Karen are still alive. They're just in critical condition. Maybe Foggy's in a coma, and you still have the same catalyst that you had before. And instead, now you have the opportunity to have the Foggy wakes up scene. Foggy can be in the latter parts of the season, in the other half of the season, or something like that. So I think that would be a fantastic way to do it. I don't know how they'll pull it off. I'm gonna be really interested. I mean, at the end of the day, we want Daredevil to be great. It's a little weird for me that they're taking all the stuff they shot and making it into 6 episodes. Like, I'm trying to make sense of that in my head, because it's like, okay, well, if this shit just didn't work, I find it so weird that you're still going to use all that footage and everything like that. Rings a little bit of like, you know, Echo to me with how they repurpose things and use archival footage. But again, like, I didn't hate Echo the way a lot of people did. So maybe it'll work and it'll play for the show itself. So that's kind of interesting with regards to like the Foggy and Karen thing. So a little bit of a sign from Alex Perez that their roles will be expanded on. They're not hopefully going to die, and will continue to be a part of that mythos, because I think particularly with Foggy, it's really important. Like, Foggy is a very important figure for Matt. So hopefully we get that, and a little bit of sign that maybe we are getting that. What do you think, Chad? Let me know. What do you think about that? What do you think, Chad? Dude, remember earlier on in the stream, you guys got so mad at Jeff Sneider, and like a little bit, it's kind of toxic. Like, you guys were like, oh, Jeff Sneider, oh, fucking, it's like, guys, just calm down. Holy shit. It was probably just the last 6 episodes were actually good, so that's the whole show. Maybe. Frex says, if no Foggy, I quit the Marvel. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. Secret Invasion was okay. Stop exaggerating. Dude, Secret Invasion was awful. I'm sorry. Like, this is one of those weird situations. Like, we have this going on with Marvel right now, and I, like, totally get it. Hey, Moosh, give me a bit on Twitch. I don't know what that means, but thanks for the bit, homie. We have this stuff happen a lot within Marvel and, like, the fandom right now, where, like, things that most people, like, the general consensus on Secret Invasion was that it was really bad. It has 4 of the lowest Rotten Tomatoes scores ever given to Marvel television episodes within its 6-episode season. Okay? So the consensus is that show was pretty bad, dude. So if you like it, that's dope. But I would not recommend, like, doing that thing where you come in and say, that show was dope and everyone's wrong. Like, I would read the room a little bit and be like, you know what? I happen to like it. And just leave it at that. It's similar to, like, Echo. I like Echo, most of it. I understand the consensus is pretty divided on Echo. And that 5th episode was so bad, it almost ruins the show for me. Like, it is really, really bad. I was also watching... I was watching Paul break it down. He did his last episode of the podcast with Greg Alba. Kind of sad, you know, to see that podcast go away. But dude, Paul needs like time, and needs to, like, step away a little bit and, you know, just be a little bit more balanced. So I'm glad that he's doing that. Regardless, the point is, when he was talking about Echo, man, like, he brought up some good points that, like, I kind of couldn't argue with, and it really has to do with, like, expectations, you know. Because Paul was basically like, you cannot compare Echo to even the worst of the Netflix shows. If Echo was one of the Netflix shows, it would be considered worse than Iron Fist. And I, like, had to think about that for a second, and I was like, God damn it, he's right. Like, somehow all the horrible stuff I heard about Echo just set my expectation at, like, the basement. And I was able to enjoy Echo. But, I mean, he's absolutely right. Like, you can't compare it to anything in the Infinity Saga. It feels like it doesn't belong, and it's just not up to par. You can't compare it to anything within the Netflix universe, because it doesn't compare, and it's just not up to par. And the more you think about it, you're like, damn, bro, like... Yeah, I guess I don't know, with where my expectations are and where Marvel has been at lately, I was able to sit down and enjoy the Echo show. And I was also, and this is a very interesting part of this as well, I was also able to watch the 5th episode, laugh my ass off, slap my knee, say, oh, Marvel, you're still Marvel, and not let it get me down that much. Like, that's where Marvel is at for me, where, like, I could enjoy the Echo show. I watched the 5th episode, and I'm like, wow, that is 40 minutes of steaming hot dog shit. Marvel, you did it again, and then just move on. Which isn't a good thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing, man. I'm saying, like, God damn it, Marvel. You know? God damn it. Yeah, and then, oh, that's another thing. Agent Llama. That's a great point, too, because that's another thing that Paul brought up where, because Greg said something on the podcast of, like, well, at least, you know, she didn't just whoop Kingpin's ass. And Paul's like, well, she kind of does. She uses, like, girl power to heal his broken heart. And again, there was just something in my brain had just shut that off. Like, there's a part of my brain that was just like, I'm going to act like the 5th episode didn't happen. And then you think about it and you're like, dude, oh my God. They did that to Kingpin. The Thanos of street level Marvel. I mean, like, what is that? Like, girl power shock therapy? Some like Care Bear shit? Like, what is that? I think she only managed to heal his eye. She did not succeed in healing his heart and soul. That's not the way I read it. I don't know, bro. Like, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, God damn it. God damn it, Paul's right. The sky is falling! Anyway, okay. Should we shift into talking about some Star Wars news? Let's talk about Star Wars a little bit. Let's do some Q&A. Let's get out of here, dude. Like, what? Okay. Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. Andor news, Joshy boy. What's the Andor news? The dice are rigged. You know what? On that note, guys, go. Hey, look, get a couple rolls in, okay? Get a couple extra rolls in. I'm going to shut the gambling off in a second here. We're only going to do gambling for the first hour every Friday. Yeah, that's right. I'm shutting it down, you degenerates. You degenerates. Jensen says, I'm late, but I think it would be cool if Foggy and Karen dusted and contributed to his retirement, which would be the same after he fought. Dude, that's another brilliant idea. That's not bad, Jensen. Goddamn, Jensen. There you go. Look at all you fiends just like rolling the thing in there. I mean, I like slots. I get it, but, you know, everything in moderation, right? Okay, let's talk about this Star Wars news. This is so funny, man. So we went from thinking the Rey movie is canceled to which like I tried to be like clear when I was talking about this. Delayed indefinitely is not canceled, but it doesn't matter. Internet gonna internet, you know, fuck, Jeff Sneider was right. So, you know, how many different videos? Like, just tell me in the chat. I'm not gonna get mad, chat. But just tell me, how many videos did you watch about the Rey movie being canceled? Just fess up. Tell me, how many videos did you watch that said it was canceled? Just, I want to know. Okay, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like 2, 3, 0, none. 17. Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you. I had that out there. Thank you so much. Theory clickbaited. I mean, look, I don't know if he clickbaited or not. Maybe he misunderstood it. I didn't watch the video, but I saw plenty of people that were like, canceled. Some people even took like the red canceled stamp symbol, like put it on Daisy Ridley's forehead, which, I mean, you know, there's plenty of room. And it's just like, God damn it. Internet. I'm just so disappointed. I'm really on my grumpy dad shit right now. I'm just disappointed. Yours? God damn it. And that's the other thing is like everyone's just going to rope me in with all those buttholes because it just feels like it's all the same. I mean, my title says delay indefinitely. The thumbnail says it all makes sense now. And within the video, I'm very careful and nuanced at how I discuss what's being reported and the probability of it being real. But yeah, sure. I did it too. Holy shit. So, because we live in Internet Thunderdome, and it's a race to the bottom of the brainstem, and it's engagement, bait, bullcrappery, and the truth has no fucking place in this world anymore. Yes, We went as a fan base from thinking the Daisy Ridley Rey movie had been canceled to, oh my God, it's actually going to come out in 2026 and there might be another one. Another one. So I wanted to just take a second here and tell you like what's actually going on, and as far as we understand it, what's really happening, okay? So yes, there were problems with the script. According to Jeff, who recently chimed in on this, did another article about this on his newsletter. Those reports were just blown out of proportion. According to what he's heard, the movie's still on track. It might even shoot this year. It might even shoot in May when Daniel said it will. It is happening. They're giving Daisy Ridley $12.5 million to do this thing. They're pot committed to the Rey film. And right now, Steve Knight is working on another draft. It's probably going to come out in 2026. It's literally going to come out in 2026, probably. We don't know for sure. Things could change. But that's what's going on, okay? On top of that, Jeff said that the Sean Levy movie is supposed to involve Rey in some way, shape, or form. And dude, this was a really weird part of Jeff's article. He said, Charmin Obed-Chinoy, great, good, I like it. Fans are mad, butthurt fanboys. And if for some reason she leaves the project, I would expect Sean Levy to come in because apparently his movie was going to have something to do with Rey as well. That was weird. Where I was like, okay, so Charmin good, fans bad, Charmin's going to do it. But if she doesn't, this motherfucker's coming in. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Is there a chance she's not going to do it? I'm so fucking confused. That's so weird. But the other thing that's interesting about that is Sean Levy's Star Wars movie might involve Rey as well? Bro, what? So there could be multiple movies with Rey. And again, the roller coaster ride of being a Star Wars fan, the Ouroboros of the Star Wars fandom eating its own tail. It's hilarious. Literally multiple videos and articles earlier this week. Rey movie canceled. No, it isn't. It'll probably come out in 2026. And by the way, you might get another Rey movie. So I just felt like, it's important to try to break that down and explain what's really going on. And as far as Mando and Grogu, Mando, Grogu, they're scrambling on that. They want it to get there. They think that will take the May release date in 2026. So for now, Star Wars has 2 movie dates in 2026, one in May and then one in December, or I think it's Christmas time. And so what Jeff is speculating is that you're probably going to have Grogu and Mando come out in May, and that will lead the slate, as they said in their press release. And then you'll have the Rey movie literally later that year. So looks like it's still happening. Now, one other interesting thing within that was Jeff implied that they are trying to back up similar money trucks to the other sequel trilogy actors. This could be John Boyega. I think it's probably Boyega. I think they really want Boyega. I think they're really going to have to pay Boyega. Maybe it's Adam Driver as well, but they would really have to pay Adam Driver as well. You know, he recently came out and said he's not doing that, but actors say that kind of stuff all the time, especially if they're negotiating. So who knows for sure? But at the end of the day, it's so weird, right? Because we go from, Rey movie's canceled, and a lot of people were like excited about that. Some people were butthurt about it. Again, that was never reported. It was just more that movie might not happen for a long, long time because of trouble with production. That's being downplayed now and is likely to happen. Maybe you get multiple Rey movies. And then Filoni's Heir to the Empire film, which is kind of being described as like an Avengers level film, that movie might not drop until 2028. And so it looks like what they're doing is they're priming up Mando and Grogu. That's very likely to replace Mando Season 4. Then you will get Ahsoka Season 2. You'll get a Rey movie. And then you'll get the Rey movie, and then you'll get Ahsoka Season 2 likely. And then in 2028, you'll probably get the Filoni movie, which will be built up by Ahsoka Season 2, maybe another show, which is something like Mando or something involving it. I'm not really sure. That's what we know for now. Now, I will throw a bone to a lot of the people that think it's going to get canceled or that were reporting it's going to get canceled. Because here's the thing. Star Wars has used delayed indefinitely to kind of hide the fact that they have canceled some things. So the Rian Johnson trilogy, according to Kathy, Ryan's just busy, dude. Like that's literally what she says. Oh, we'd love to work with Ryan. He's just so busy. He started Warhammer and he's building multiple armies, you know. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, you know, we're still looking to do that movie. It's just been delayed. We're trying to figure out a way forward with that. I mean, what other movies that you know, that's just something they say. Taika Waititi's movie, he's still working on it. He hasn't turned in a draft yet. You know, he's slow. Like, remember all of these things? So it's not that crazy to like hear this news about the Rey movie and be like, oh, so it's going to be just like all those other movies. And I get that. But I think we kind of jumped to conclusions a little bit here. I mean, according to Jeff, and this, he said he believes this, right? So I don't know what that means. But he said that he thinks Daisy already has the money. So if they paid Daisy Ridley $12 million, guys, they're making a fucking movie. Like, that's just it. Like, they're going to get her ass on set, and they are going to be shooting stuff with Daisy Ridley, and Daisy Ridley will be gracing the silver screen as the beloved Rey Skywalker in the very near future. So that's everything I know. That's the best updating that I can do for you. Thoughts, chat? And let me take a sip of this nice hot coffee. That's nice. Rey is all the Jedi. She'll be in all the films from here on out. Yeah, probably. I say why not? Put her as a Force ghost and just have her kind of like linger in the background of scenes. You know what I mean? That's what I want. Thank God, a real Skywalker movie. Yeah, dude. Definitely. Ask Donald Glover. I know, right? This is how Star Wars dies, with thunderous amounts of Rey. Let's get it, man. Add her to the old movies, too. Somebody said on Twitch. That's a brilliant idea. Ambrose, brilliant. Brilliant! Fantastic stuff, guys. Giveaway? Yeah, we're going to do the giveaway in a little bit here. I just want to see if anybody else has any thoughts. Also, I'm shutting off the gambling, guys. Sorry. Shut it off. Shut it down. Shut it down. Oh, here's the other thing I wanted to say. Okay. This is the other thing I want to say. You know, we've been having a lot of fun on these Nerdvenger streams every Tuesday night. Okay? And, you know, we've been exploring the Jack Kirby, Stan Lee thing. It's been really interesting. I found another video for us to watch within that as well. This coming Tuesday, we're going to do more like watch parties. Like, we wanted to watch some old cartoon episodes together and break down some stuff. But for the very end of the month, and the last stream will be on the 30th, we're doing a comic book club. And so I just wanted to say to everybody, we're starting Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run. And so your reading assignment, if you're going to do your homework, the reading assignment is issues 570 to 578, 8 issues of Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four. It is on Marvel Unlimited. It is on Comixology. And there's the Forbidden site as well, right? So plenty of ways to read those issues. And on the 30th, we're going to be breaking that down, talking about it. It's going to be really fun. I'll watch Comics Explained instead. You know, I would really recommend reading the books. I think Rob does an incredible job, but I think there is something to be said for actually reading it. And then, you know what would be interesting? Like, if we read it and we came up with our own stuff and then we watched Rob's breakdown and we were like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I actually disagree with Rob here. Or Rob absolutely nailed this part. Things like that. I'd be curious to see how that lined up, with like our actual breakdown and his stuff. Because I think Rob, again, does incredible work, but, I think something can be lost when you rely too heavily on like aggregators or people that sort of summarize or break things down. So like on Reddit, you'll see some scoop or something happens, and then people will break it down on Reddit. And then everybody like just takes that for gospel. But really, you should then go look at what was actually said and try to figure it out. You know what I mean? I think that's just that is important. So, yeah, let's do it. 570 to 578. And we'll be talking about that not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. But I figured I would let you guys know, because if you didn't, you're probably not going to be able to read all of that before Tuesday. So I just want to tell you about that. Or maybe we'll watch Rob's video and be like, God damn it, why do we read comics at all? Rob was 100% right. Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. Yeah, and I actually didn't realize this, but it was, I think Mark Millar was, is it Mark Millar or is it Mark Miller? I've heard it both ways. But apparently he did 569. I didn't realize he had like a Doom arc that happened right before that, before Hickman took over. It's kind of interesting. Thank you, OnlyFans nerd. I don't know what that means, but yes. Josh, I've been loving the Stanley v. Jack Kirby streams. Anyone who hasn't, def give them a watch. Much love, take my money. Dude, they've been fantastic. I've learned a lot. They really have been a great time. Yeah, it's good shit. Good shit, man. All right. Let's do the giveaway. So, guys, currently between the Twitch members and the members on YouTube, we have 953 members. Pretty freaking awesome. And let me see here. I think it's this one that we want to use. No, it's the first one. The dice roller. Okay. So we currently have 953 members here. Okay, so I have this really nifty Google Sheet, which super easy to like copy and paste the, what are they called? The CVS files, SVC, CVSR, TFQD files, and just drop them in there, and then it's pretty easy to have them all on there. So if you are a YouTube member and you go give us your Jeff Bezos money, you have 2 chances to win the $200 GameStop gift card, okay? So we have 953 peeps in here. So I'm going to make a 953-sided dice. Check the, I mean, should I show you this part? I guess I should, like, show you this part so it's, like, all cool and whatnot. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, baby. There it is. Yeah, baby. Okay. Here we go. Rigged? What? It's not rigged. Finna be someone on Kick. Wouldn't that be funny? All right, here we go. Boom. Let's see what's gonna be the number. What's gonna be the number? Stop! 588, and then boom, we can go over here. Hang on. Let's find 588. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? 588. Isaiah Peters. Isaiah Peters, are you in here? Isaiah! Watch chat be like, who? Like, they're going to do that. Rigged. Who? Rigged. Yeah, here we go. Isaiah, don't let him talk to you like that. Who the fuck is that guy? Must be present to win. No, we're not doing that. I'm Isaiah. God damn it. Let me see here. Is there a way where I can hit Isaiah up? He has a playlist. More about this channel. Joined in July of 2021. Interesting. Who the fuck is Isaiah? God damn it, guys. Look, I'll try to hit him up, and I have a way to try to get a hold of him. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And if he doesn't claim it by next week, we'll do another drawing, okay? My God. I won the Christmas gift here, just never answered for info. What? You won the... Oh, yeah, dude, hit me up. We probably still have it. Yeah, because some of you guys like will win a giveaway and then not ever hit me up, so I don't have your address. You always say that and then keep the cards to yourself. That's not true. I have maybe done that once. Or twice or three times. I don't even know what I'd buy with GameStop anyway for $200. What? What the what? There's plenty of stuff, man. They got Funko Pops. They got video games. They got video game systems. They've got actually pretty good merch, to be honest, and stuff too. Would be great if we could get Den of Nerds emotes. Josh. Yeah, you're right. I got to do that. So at first Ryan was like, I can do it if you promote me to like editor on the Twitch channel. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he was like, psych. So I've got to go in there and do it myself now, which means, I'd say about summertime. We'll have that figured out. So looks like Twitch chats. Wait, what? Looks like Twitch chats are on the screen now and not YouTube's. I think they're both on. Or is it just Twitch? Yeah, I think they're both on there, right? Am I crazy? Or is it literally just Twitch chat right now? What? What if I do this? And then I do this. What the fuck? What? How is it just Twitch on there? Bro, I hate technology, man. Wow. Okay, well, is what it is, I guess. All right, guys, can we do a little bit of Q&A here? Little bit of Q&A here. Are you guys having fun? Did you have fun on today's stream? I thought it was pretty fun. Other than like getting super triggered by Jeff Sneider, man. It's just like sometimes I just see that guy and I hear the words coming out of his mouth. I'm just like, this fucking guy. I don't think you accounted for wind when you rolled the dice. That's probably true. That's probably true. Someone said, I am the captain now. Oh, jeez. Yes, fun. Yes, we're having fun. That's what we do over here, man. We have fun. All right, so let's get into the Q&A. Now that Isaiah's got his nice $200 GameStop gift card, and I can't wait to for Isaiah to buy a whole bunch of cool stuff with the gift card. You know what I'm saying? Headless Ned Stark, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers, brother. Good to see you. Rosie says with a 5, if I hear about this freaking cord one more time, so help me. I've been hearing about it since I joined the channel. So that was at least 6 months ago, guys. Okay, thanks, brother. Joey Ebbs says, Josh gonna Hulk out from all that gamma. I'm gonna Hulk out from chat. That's what's gonna happen. John Johnson, again, 3 years as a Nerdvenger and a $50 super chat. That's very generous, brother. Thank you so much, man. And I really appreciate the support and the kind words about the family and everything. Like, yeah, dude, I'm feeling good. You know, it's been sort of a slower start into January, and you know, news is kind of dry, and you know, I've been a little slow. Like, I think the first couple of weeks of January, I did like 4 videos total or something. But I'm getting back into it. I'm getting the feeling back. I'm getting the drive back, and so I feel good. You know, it's about drive. It's about power, guys. We stay hungry, we devour. Arthur says, almost at the 2-year mark, Nerdvengers! Began my physical therapy recently and can finally walk without having to use both crutches. I'm done with Sony and their universe is a shit show. Give Spidey back. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're able to walk a little bit better. That's cool. And yeah, Sony gonna Sony, man. Sony gonna Sony. I can't believe that they did that. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Michael the Nobody Phantom says, Sony gonna Sony. I want it to be Garfield Universe, but let's be honest. Does anybody think it's going to be a good movie? Madam Web? Does anybody think the Madam Web movie is going to be a good movie? I don't think so. Anybody in chat said hi on Twitch? Hey, thanks so much. Anybody think that? I can't believe it's just Twitch people in the chat on the screen. Like, why is it going to do this? Like, spoiler alert, I didn't change anything. And it just decided we just do Twitch now. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. What if I theme clean? Browser design, custom color. I don't know what any of that shit means. All right. Anyway, yeah, no, it's probably not gonna be a good movie. I'm getting drunk before seeing it, so I might enjoy it. There you go. It's gonna slap. Yeah, maybe. Finto182, member for 33 months, says, watching Reacher Season 2, and I'm loving it. Amazing to see a show like it doing so well. Think it's telling to what people want to see in content. #1 in Ireland. Can't wait to get Unity. Take my money, Nerdvengers for life. I think so, man. Do you shut down your PC every day? No, I do not. Yeah, Reacher's dope. I think it certainly does speak to what people want to see. And like, I've just seen some really annoying people like try to downplay that. Like, it's not really like a Red State show. You know, not really. Bro, like, yes it is. Like, it's to an old, just more traditional, more like, dude, it's just, that's what it is, bro. Like, that's what it is. And the dude's huge. He's badass. He beats the shit out of people. It's like a callback to some of that like 80s hero energy. You know, the show's really masculine. I think it has great female characters too. But it's a really fucking masculine show. And, you know, like I would describe it as a high tea show. It's like, you don't have to get like caught up on that, but I think it's just the reality that a show like that is doing really well. Like, how is that weird to say? Like, why do we gotta be all weird about that? Like, that's what I think is going on. And yeah, I think it definitely, I would take note. You know what I mean? Joey Ebbs says, why is it so difficult to figure out the continuity? A 10-year-old could come up with better continuity. How do these people still have jobs? Frustrating. Yeah. I agree. It's just Hollywood people, man. Hollywood people, bro. What a town. What a town. Rosie says with $5, can you go over what the hell is going on with the Rey movie as well? I'm so confused now. Is there one movie or a trilogy? What the F is going on at Lucasfilm? So I did talk about that. And I hope that we cleared it up for you, at least as best that we can. Like, a little bit of who knows, because it's Lucasfilm and everything could be changing. But it does seem like the reports of the delay were wrong. There is trouble with the script. They expect to get it done. And, yeah, they're going to roll cameras probably later this year. You know what I mean? Reacher does not get political at all. Yeah, no, I don't really think it's political. I think it's like, it's just moral. You know, like just very kind of basic morality in there. What does it say? Then her uncle just shoots the guy with the bazooka. What the hell? What's that from? Who's shooting what with a bazooka? Who's shooting what with a what? Are you talking about Echo? Her uncle did just shoot that guy with a bazooka. Yeah, that was wild. Jensen Baker says, in late, but I think it would be cool if Foggy and Karen dusted and contributed to their retirement, which would be sometime after his fight with Echo. So I like that, actually. That's a nice thing. The only problem with that is it doesn't have as much to the character of Matt as like, oh, bro, they figured out who you were and they hurt people close to you. You know what I mean? So I think that just does a little bit more for the character. But from the perspective of how to tie them in, that is a good idea, bro. That is a good idea. What in God's name is going on here? Hunting Dude says, Josh, I've been loving the Stanley v. Jack Kirby Nerd Avenger stream. Anyone who hasn't, def give them a watch. Much love and take my money. Yeah, dude, I said this before, but they're really good streams. By the way, just a little TLDR of how those streams have gone. And I might even do a whole video on this because I find it fascinating. When we first started this, we watched this big documentary on Jack Kirby, and a lot of us, myself included, had the feeling that, like, dude, oh my God, like, Jack was responsible for all of this. You know, Stanley definitely didn't do this. Jack's really the guy. Oh my God, Jack Kirby, Jack Kirby, Jack Kirby. The following week, we look into some more kind of like Stan Lee stuff, and we're like, oh man, like I don't know. It kind of seems like maybe they both contributed. This is interesting, but also, yes, it's because there's multiple like problems here. One of the problems is like Stan Lee absolutely was a bit of a fibber, and he would tell little lies. He would exaggerate things, and part of that was like the showmanship, the kayfabe of being Stan Lee and that character, the character of Stan Lee, right? And so there were a lot of people, and we watched some stuff that broke this down and was like, you know, who's the real Stan Lee? Like, what really happened, et cetera, right? This week, we watched, we watched and also read an incredible article from a guy who worked with Stan Lee. And let me see here. I think, was it Eric Thomas? Is that the guy's name? Maybe you guys would know who this guy was. Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas. That's the guy. So Roy Thomas, and this was fascinating, dude. So Roy Thomas was hired by Stan in like 65 and worked under Stan for many, many years. So about 5 years ago, there was a guy that wrote a book, and then there was a documentary made about the book. And the book was kind of shitting on Stan Lee and saying that, like, basically the Marvel Universe was mostly created by Jack Kirby. And Roy Thomas came out and wrote this huge article, which was probably published multiple places, but it was published in the Hollywood Reporter. And in this big article, man, like you'd have to make up your own mind about it. But when I got done reading that article, I completely 180'd my opinion and feel like Jack Kirby actually exaggerated and lied a lot about what happened, and that Stan played such an important role in creating those characters that a lot of what people say nowadays about Jack Kirby and Stan Lee is somewhat of fashion over substance. Like, I think it's fashionable to say, oh, well, I'm this, like, actually educated nerd. I know about Jack Kirby. I think Stan Lee was a huckster, and so therefore Jack Kirby was the one that really created the Marvel Universe. I'm telling you right now, just from this month of research, I no longer feel that way. I feel like that's a fashionable opinion. I don't think it's fact. So if you're interested in that, if you're like, damn, like that sounds kind of interesting, go watch those streams, man. We've had a blast researching this. And the article, like, you're talking about a guy that literally worked for Stan. This guy brings up stuff that, like, Stan handed him actual scripts, actual documentation that is just ignored in this book, and ignored in some of the breakdowns and the fashionable way that it's been covered over the past couple of years. I'm Team Stan Lee, 100% Team Stan Lee on this, and I think Jack Kirby was brilliant and contributed heavily. But again, I think this whole Jack Kirby created the Marvel Universe is fashion. So, Rosie says, I hate the sequel trilogy. I don't hate Rey, but I can't sit through a whole of her being called Skywalker. Disney killed them all. I'm going to get angry now. Yeah, bro, I got to tell you, if they really just go for it and they're like, Master Skywalker or like Rey Skywalker, like the whole movie, bro, that's going to trigger the fuck out of me. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I can't do it, man. There's a lot of, like, I'm going to try to be open-minded about the Rey movie, but that is not Rey Skywalker. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, I still kind of can't believe they're making the Rey movie. Like, my opinion is it's a mistake, but I also try to be a little open-minded, and I also try to just report the news honestly. Like, that shit ain't canceled, bro. That shit ain't canceled. Okay. Yeah. GrizzlyCon says, 29 months. My Ultimate Spider-Man copies are finally arriving today. Got every variant except 1/100. I want that one. I want that virgin one. Can't wait to dive in and finally watch your video on it. Hell yeah, man. I felt like the video we did. So I did a big video about Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I like the video. I don't love the video. We're working with a new editor, and I just like, I think he really over edited parts of it, and there's not a good flow once you kind of get into it. So I don't expect the video to do really well, because first of all, it's like a week after the thing came out. The flow's not good on it. But I would, check it out if you're interested. I do break down what's going on in the episode and talk about why I think the book is blowing up. But we're kind of in a process right now, and I'll talk more about this at the end of the month for the Prime members. We're right now in a process of like really looking at the flow of videos and the edits of videos. And I actually bought a course about editing in Premiere for myself and Elisa. I bought it for David. I'm going to buy it for Brady, and just get them plugged into this editing course, because I really want to take things to the next level. That doesn't necessarily mean like extreme edits on every video, because I don't think like amount of editing equal good video. It's more complicated than that. But I do want like the entire team to have a baseline of how to edit better. And we're really going to focus on flow in 2024, And at the end of the month on the Prime stream, I'll break down some of the key things we're taking away from that course. I'm not going to like repurpose the course and like show you guys the whole course, but I will break down some of the key elements that I think are important. And I recommend the course. It's an incredible course. If you are trying to learn about YouTube and you're trying to learn how to edit videos, highly recommend it. It's by a guy named Finn Czar. Yeah, Finn Czar. And if you know, you know, if like, it's one of those things, I try not to be like super rude about it, but like the bottom line is like, if you really want to be a good YouTuber, you probably already know who Finn Czar is. Because you're on YouTube looking at videos of how to do YouTube. And he's one of the biggest in that niche. So you'd probably already know who that guy is. If you don't, you should check yourself and be like, God damn, like, if I was really about this life, I'd probably know who this dude is. Shit. I need to be spending more time on YouTube. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you, Grizzly Con. I appreciate you, man. Dodds. Oh boy. Let's get back up here. Dodds says, ready for the newest beautiful badge. Been 3 years now, which is crazy. Dude, that is crazy. 3 years. Can you believe it? Joined at the start of 2021. So crazy. Still glad to be here, Josh, and thanks for what you do. It still matters. Dodds, I really appreciate it. I know you're not always as super active as you used to be because life takes us in different directions, but I appreciate you. I appreciate your help on Discord. I appreciate all the experiences and memories that we made in the past. So, yeah, man, I love seeing the OGs step back into the tower and say what's up. It's cool. Joe says, I just read through Compendium #1 for Invincible. Can't wait for the show to come back to know what happens. Yeah, when does Invincible come out, bro? Like, let me take a little bit of a sidebar here for a second, okay? So, I'm doing a lot of work on Unity. A lot of comic book work this week. A lot of comic book work in the past couple of weeks, which is why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. And Unity's coming together like chef's kiss, man. Like I did that thing where I got the letters back and I kind of went crazy and was like, oh, I don't like this, and this. And I read it like 1,000 times. I stayed up all night thinking about it where I'm like, oh my God, we need to completely change this, that, second, and the third, blah, 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 right? We're finally at a place where I'm very happy with the letters, and we've made some adjustments. And actually, the guy right now is like cranking through the letters on chapter 1. We're also adding another page. I can't believe we keep adding pages, but I think it's a big fucking chapter. I cannot believe this is just 1 of 5. But anyway, the point is, I've been thinking like, okay, so we're really close on chapter 1. I would really like to do another Kickstarter, the Second Chance Kickstarter. There's a bunch of people that didn't get a copy, missed out on the first Kickstarter for whatever reason. I get it all the time. I get emails, I get, comments in the chat, I get comments on Twitter. And I was thinking about this because we ran the campaign last year alongside Ahsoka. And that was intentional because, what I do in large part, covering pop culture, the numbers we get is usually determined by how well the pop culture stuff is doing. So Ahsoka was blowing up. We did huge numbers during Ahsoka. And so we got a lot of exposure and we were able to blow the Kickstarter up, et cetera, et cetera. So I was thinking about this year and I was like, okay, so if I want to do a Kickstarter somewhat soon, what are the popular things that are going to be going on that are going to cause our views to go up a lot? Right? And I'm like, Madam Web? Question mark? Invincible season 1 or season 2 part 2? Question mark? When does that even come out? X-Men 97? When does that even come out? And you started to think about it and you're like, God damn it, dude. It's going to be a long 2024. Holy shit. Oh boy. So I don't know. We might just launch the Second Chance Kickstarter in February anyway. Skeleton Crew. Oh yeah, that'll be huge. That'll be huge. So that's just my sad little story about 2024. Okay, Claytonium says, I've never read Fantastic Four. They just never seemed that interesting to me, but this book club will give me a reason to finally give them a chance. Dude, yeah, I'm excited. And it's Hickman, dude. Hickman's Fantastic Four. A lot of people really like it. The first part is the Council of Reeds. So, dude, shit's going to be dope. I'm excited. I think you'll dig it. And then when we break it down on the 30th, it'll be really fun. You'll probably get a lot out of that stream. I kind of love like book clubs. I used to do a comic book club when I lived in Philly, and we would break down, particular issues or particular runs and then talk about it. Everybody would bring in their perspective. You learn a lot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Star Wars Oddball says, yo, Josh, could be cool to research Star Wars saved in the edit. Nerdonymous just made a great video about it. Might surprise you. Where's Unity Chapter 1? Close. Unity Chapter 1 is so close, man. And yeah, that's not a bad idea. A lot of people are sort of pushing for the Star Wars, the truth of Star Wars and like all that sort of stuff. So maybe we'll do that in February. We'll talk about that more in the Nerd Venture stream. We gotta come up with what we want to break down. So, hell yeah. Claytonium says, what Disney's doing should be considered terrorism? I don't know what that means, but yes. Jensen Barker with the 10 spot. Holy crap, very generous. Says, imagine Matt suddenly noticing he can't hear as many hearts anymore. And then there's a lot of chaos, ashes in the air. Kingpin gets out of jail, helpless and no friends. He slowly loses hope over 5 years. That would be fantastic, man. Like, I like that, bro. I like that. I like where your head's at. I think that could be really cool. Man, I just really hope the Daredevil show's awesome. Like, no matter what changes they make or whatever they're cooking over there, man, it better be really, really good. Star Wars Oddball says, the Star Wars universe turned on Leia when they found out she was the daughter of Vader. How will the galaxy respond to Rey being a Palpatine? LOL. Hey, that's interesting. That's kind of a cool way to take it. I wouldn't mind if they really dove into that. That could be interesting. I like that. Delta Dan with a 5 spot says, Josh, I've been reading the Fantastic Four book club homework to my 5-year-old daughter as bedtime stories. I'll get in the second Kickstarter. Keep doing your thing, Nerd Ventures for Life. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Much love. Why is gambling off? We only do gambling for like the first hour on Fridays now. And I think we did longer than that, honestly. But I like the gambling, but it does like mess up the chat. It just messes up the chat. It doesn't make it a super great experience for people that are coming in. So that's why. Yeah, I hope people just throw rocks at her throughout the movie because of where she comes from. I mean, that could be interesting. We'll see. Gotta admit, New Rockstars pointed out some of the Daredevil stuff. What do you mean? Oh, from your super chat? Like that idea? Personally, I can't wait to see what the second order looks like or what they turn into a giant space laser this time. Yeah, that's true. The second order. I see YouTube chat now. Wait, what? Really? Is it just YouTube now? Did it switch back? What the hell? Wow. Okay. I see some Twitchers in there. Okay, so now I think it has both, actually. Yes, we had a first order, but what about second order? What about third? What about 1.5? New Rockstars is ass? I think New Rockstars is pretty good. You know, they kind of have a set tone and they have a set way that they do things over there, but I think they're really good. I admire the editing. I admire the flow of their videos. It's pretty good. It's done this every stream since multi-stream. What? That's impossible. What about the news that Kevin is pushing for Miles to be in the MCU so they can have a dynamic duo like in the video games? I haven't heard that from anybody. But I mean, it would make sense. I mean, here's the thing: the Across the Spider-Verse movies are huge, and they're very successful. So Miles, even if it's just because of those movies, is a hot item. Certainly hotter than like Echo or Captain Marvel. So hell yeah, get him into the MCU. Could be good. Don't treat their people good. New Rockstars will forever be ass now. I don't know too much about that, man. I don't know too much about that. All I will say is content creation is a tough game. And sometimes things happen. Like, dude, if you're in business, sometimes you're going to have to do stuff that people are not going to love. So, I mean, I've been there. I've parted ways with people. Parted ways with Star Wars Theory last year. Just one of those things. But I get people being upset about it. And also, too, I don't really know exactly what you guys are talking about. So maybe there's something out there with New Rockstars that's like, oh, shit. That is pretty bad. I don't know. New Rockstars is good. Not Josh, but good. Hey. Appreciate that. How good are your sources for this Rey movie? So I have a couple of pretty good sources. But when it comes to the Rey movie and everything that's going on, dude, it's all just really confusing. It's all just really confusing. So I try to take what I'm being told, but I also try to like kind of filter it through what's out there and what other people are saying. So like, for instance, like my source told me they're literally building sets for the Rey movie right now. Okay. And so like my source was like, I don't think they're just going to like tell all those people to go home. And that's like, I understand that. I understand the logic of that. But they did that for Kenobi. They were building sets. They had everybody ready to go. Everybody was rip-roaring, ready to film. And then they told everybody to go home and they fired them. I believe so at Pinewood. Yes, I do believe so. So, and when the Rey news first came out, I had a source reach out to me immediately and say, I don't think that's true. I think the Rey movie is still going just as planned. Right? So it's kind of like, I definitely think that person has good information, but it's also the case that so much is changing that how can we be sure? Right? It's like this, like, did Daniel just lose all of his sources? Is Daniel RPK just not know what he's talking about? No, I don't think so. I just think given how much change is happening, Daniel is going to get some stuff wrong because things are just moving. And also, like, Daniel's human. He has a bias. He's going to try to report things in a way that line up with, his confirmation bias and the way he sees things. Our job and, like, what we have to do is just understand that, sort of filter it, and be like, okay, well, so Daniel's saying this. Let's take that into account, but let's try to actually think through this and really think about what's happening and then just report as best we can. All I know is I'm spending $10 for Sneider's newsletter now. Hey, look, I appreciate Sneider's work. You know what I mean? I was being a bit tongue-in-cheek. I mean, sometimes he does piss me off. Like, I'll be honest. Like, sometimes he does have that vibe of, like, a dude that needs checked. But I appreciate his work, and I think he should be paid for his work. And, so, yeah, I support people paying Jeff and either buying his individual articles or signing up for his newsletter. I think he's a good journalist with good sources. So, yeah. Why is Star Wars so confusing? Are we looking into it too much, or is Lucasfilm just releasing info just to test the waters? I think Star Wars is in a scramble phase. I think they've been in a scramble phase for years. So that's why it's confusing. It's like they are just trying to figure this out and trying all this stuff because, like, I believe that they were working with Lindelof. I believe they fired Lindelof because they got Daisy, and hired Charmine without a script. It's like, it's just dysfunctional. Like, they have a dysfunctional culture. And, you know, all of these studios, you know, the studios that handle big IP, they are all, like, they have to do what Disney says or whatever the company says that owns them. Like, they have to. It's commercial art, right? So you have to get the movies out there. You have to make the money. You got to get the shows out there. You got to get views, et cetera, et cetera. So some of this comes from the pressure of the studio kind of bearing down, or of the, you know, company, I guess, in Disney's example. But, I mean, I'm kind of like, tough titty, bro. Like, that's what it is. Like, y'all know what time it is. Make the shit and do it. And it's not like we don't have any studios that are making good stuff or succeeding. There's all kinds of examples. I mean, the Barbie movie was a phenomenon. The Super Mario Brothers was a phenomenon. Last of Us show is incredible. Reacher's blowing up. There's a lot of people putting good work out there that are succeeding. You know, Disney's just not one of them right now. Disney had one of the worst years ever last year. And I think Disney is dealing with a lot of problems of their own making, and trying to navigate, you know, the space. Like, what is this divided world like, and how do you sort of best serve that audience and the shareholders? I mean, those are questions that they're trying to figure out right now. You know? Mr. J. Westman says the source is getting info is like a fugazi. The source is getting info is like a fugazi. I'm not sure what you mean. Kendall says, so Madam Web and Venom is taking place in the MCU now, or is Tom going to play variant, or is Sony taking Tom back? Sony really Sonying right now. Yeah, those are the appropriate questions. I have no answers for you. Madam Web and Venom taking place in the MCU now. Sony probably wants you to think so. Is Tom going to play a variant? I mean, Sony probably wants him to. Is Sony taking Tom back? They probably want to. So that's the best way I can answer it. Yeah, no. That's the best way I can answer it. Can I ask you guys just one more thing before we get out of here? What the hell is up with Kratos versus the Hulk? Like, why is that blowing up? It's obviously the Hulk. Like, and I didn't play those games. I don't really know about Kratos like that. And it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It's Hulk. Like, there's no way, no scenario, no possibility. Just no. Fucking no. Kratos don't die. Great. So he'll really take a great ass whooping then. Like, there's no way. He literally a god? Yeah, and Hulk beats gods' asses constantly in the comic books. Like, I feel like this is a little bit of smart Hulk, MCU, you know, cardigan wearing bitch boy Bruce Banner Hulk, like, confusing you guys. Read a few comics. Bro, everybody's afraid of the Hulk. The Hulk is a unkillable, limitless, powerful rage monster. Like, literally the strongest thing, like, in Marvel. Like, when World War Hulk was happening, and there are even versions of Hulk that are stronger than that now, but when World War Hulk was happening, they had to stop him from fighting the Sentry, because if he would have thrown one more punch, it would have like destroyed the planet. Like, come on, man. Kratos? Really? A bald demigod with fancy knives that swing around? Get the fuck out of here. Hell no. Do you think the Deadpool 3 trailer will break records? It's possible. I guess it just kind of depends. How rewatchable is it? Ray destroys Hulk. Oh my god. Josh just doesn't like PlayStation. I mean, that is true. That is true. Okay, Josh, if I went to the comic book shop today to buy one new book to jump back into Marvel, with what book should I get? I would say either Ultimate Spider-Man #1 or Avengers Twilight #1. Those are both great, dude. Or like the Ultimate Invasion stuff. Yeah. Probably Cobian, but I hope the set building is for Mando and Grogu. Yeah, very unlikely. I mean, it's possible that some of them could be used in multiple movies or shows, I guess. But I don't think so. What are the best Null comic? I mean, King in Black is a fantastic story. Fantastic story. Yeah. Mr. Poppy, thanks for gifting a membership. You know what? I'll ask Rob from Comics Explained. I'll hit him up. I'll text him later and be like, what do you think of this Hulk Kratos nonsense? Because isn't he a Kratos fan as well? Which Hulk? Not MCU Hulk. No, not MCU Hulk. But like, here's the thing. Even if it's just regular Hulk from the comics. So let's say it's regular Hulk from the comics and Kratos. So let's say Kratos lands a couple blows. You know what's going to happen? Hulk's going to get angry and he will literally get stronger. Okay? So then, like, let's say Kratos powers up a little bit and like can handle the new Hulk and lands a couple of blows. Do you know what's going to happen? He's going to get more angry and he's going to get more powerful. And do you know what the limit of that is? There is none. There is literally no limit. The more angry you make Hulk, the more powerful he will become. And there's no limit to that. No limit. So, in a fight with Kratos, it's literally just a matter of time before Kratos pisses him off enough to make him... So does Kratos? Hell nah, bro. That cannot possibly be true. Kratos does not have that shit. Now I gotta look something up. Does Kratos from the God of War games get stronger when he gets more angry like the Hulk? Does not get stronger in the same way. So, you're wrong. Let's ask the AI who would win in a fight. Who do you think would win in a fight between the Hulk and Kratos? Please explain what the fight would look like. I want to see what this thing says. Check this out. It's kind of interesting. We'll read this because it's still going here, but let's read it. A hypothetical battle between the Hulk and Kratos would clash would be a clash of titanic proportions, each character bringing unique strengths to the fight. Hulk, known for his almost limitless, no, it is limitless, you stupid AI, strength that grows with his anger, is also incredibly durable and has regenerative healing factor. His raw physical power is one of the greatest in the Marvel Universe. The angrier he gets, the stronger he becomes, making him a formidable opponent in a prolonged battle. Kratos, on the other hand, is a battle-hardened warrior with a strategic mind honed by years of combat. He possesses godly strength with an array of powerful weapons like the Blade of Chaos and the Leviathan Axe, and various magical abilities. Ooh, he's got magic. Kratos defeated gods, titans, monsters in his universe, showcasing not only brute strength but also tactical prowess. In a fight, the Hulk would likely rely on his overwhelming brute strength and durability, attempting to overpower Kratos with sheer force. His strategy would be straightforward. The more he fights, the stronger he gets, making him an incredibly dangerous adversary as the battle progresses. Kratos, aware of his opponent's growing strength, would likely employ a more strategic approach. He would use his combat experience to evade and counter Hulk's attacks, striking with precision and using his arsenal of weapons and magic to his advantage. Kratos would aim to outmaneuver Hulk, exploiting any movement of vulnerability. The battle will be intense and destructive, likely causing chaos in the surrounding environment. Kratos' agility and tactical mind would play a crucial role, while Hulk's ever-increasing strength and resilience would make him an unstoppable force as the fight drags on. Ultimately, the outcome of such a fight is hard to determine as it pits raw power against strategic combat prowess. It would depend on numerous factors, including the environment, the state of each character, and the length of the battle. Both the Hulk and Kratos are incredibly... What the fuck? That ain't no kind of answer. If you had to pick a winner, who would it be? Yeah, I understand it's challenging. Fucking pick it. It's not picking it yet. Just pick a winner. It like refuses to pick a winner here. Can you please just pick a winner? Yeah, let's go, baby! Given the parameters of their respective powers and abilities, if I were to pick a winner in this hypothetical battle between the Hulk and Kratos, I would choose the Hulk. This choice is based on his virtually limitless strength and incredible regenerative abilities, which could give him an edge in a prolonged and intense battle with Kratos. Let's go. Let's go. I was about to go all John Connor on this thing, man. I was going to eliminate the AI and start a whole war against the robots, but we're good now. We're good. Yeah. Okay. Joshua, I get what you mean, but this fight would be way closer than you would think. I don't know about Kratos, dog. Kratos has crazy feats. I don't know about Kratos, so that's fair. I will say that the strategic element is interesting, right? So I like that, the different weapons and magic and all that sort of stuff. Like, I totally get it. But I still think you're not gonna beat Hulk. Like, yeah. A person that could beat Hulk would be somebody like that was either like you'd have to kind of go for it immediately and fast and eliminate Hulk before he gets angrier. So like this may sound weird, but Batman could beat the Hulk. Batman could absolutely beat the Hulk, and especially because if you gave Batman any kind of prep time, he would probably have ways to calm Hulk down. Maybe even certain kinds of weapons or gas or something that could calm him down. He would also understand the need to take Hulk out immediately and would do that. But from what I understand, Kratos is not like that. He's not Batman. He just uses strategy because they need the game to have strategic elements. So it's not like he's this master of strategy. If Batman can beat the Hulk, Kratos can. No, that is a false equivalency. That's a false equivalency. Like, do y'all even know about Batman? I'm gonna have to do a whole thing on Batman now. Yeah. It's seems like you guys don't know about Batman. Like, what happened to Shame? You know? Like, don't y'all know about Batman? Should I ask the AI what it thinks about Batman beating him? Hang on, there's something here. You guys just like don't even know about Batman, dude. Maybe that's what we'll do in February, is why Batman beats every character. I'm trying to find this one thing here. Hang on, chat. Hang on. I randomly saw a tweet where the one actor from Peacemaker was tweeting something like, "How's that boycott going?" or something like that. And it's hilarious because like all that shit bombed so bad. But he was just trying to be a dick about it at first, you know? How's that boycott going? Ha! It appears to be going very well. I wouldn't poke that bear. God damn it. Where's the fucking thing? The Batman thing. You guys just don't know. You just don't have an education on this. Oh my god. Maybe I'll never find this file. If I was Batman, I'd find it. Oh no! Where's the Batman thing? I gotta get it organized, man. You go looking for a file that you recently saw and you're like, God damn, bro. I gotta get it organized. This is not the file, but it's funny and it's kind of how I feel about things. So I'll put this up here while I try to find it again. Oh, okay. See if I can find it over here. Damn, I really can't find it, huh? I'm hungry. What should I have for lunch, guys? What should I have for lunch? I need a nice lunch. Okay, I can't find it. Freaking buttholes. It was just like talking about all these crazy feats. of the Batman. Some steak? Ooh, steak sounds good. Marlo Stanfield beats Batman with prep time. I don't know what that means. Batman can be any character as long as he doesn't find out their moms have the same name. God damn it. Josh, did you ever play the Gears of War games? Hell yeah, dude. Gears of War is great. I like those games. Yeah. All right, everybody. Make sure I didn't miss any chats here at the end. Ask Chat GTP about Hulk versus Batman. Okay, I will. But then I gotta go because I'm really hungry. A hypothetical fight between Batman and Hulk would be a classic case of brains versus brains. Hulk's known for his immense strength and durability, grows strong and becomes angry, most invincible physical harm, regenerative factor, blah, blah, blah. Batman, on the other hand, is a human with superpowers, but is an exceptional martial artist, strategist, and detective. He's also known for his tactical genius and being able to be prepared. Batman's strength lies in his ability to analyze opponents and devise plans, neutralize them, often with a wide array of gadgets, technology, and resources from his arsenal. In a fight, Batman would rely on his strategery, planning, aiming, incapacitating, or immobilizing Hulk rather than outright fighting him. However, despite Batman's tactical genius and preparation, Hulk's sheer power and his ability to increase his strength gives him an incredibly difficult opponent to defeat in physical confrontation. Batman's gadgets, strategies, and potential to get him give him the upper hand initially, but then the fight progressed, Hulk would become angrier and thus stronger. Considering these factors, battle relies on physical armor. The Hulk would likely emerge as the victor. God damn it! Man. Well, looks like we're going to have to John Connor this shit. Shut it all down. Can't believe we can't have the AI doing this. I don't care if it takes all of our jobs. I can't believe it's going to say that Batman would lose a fight. So I don't know what to do. AI doesn't understand the prep time. Exactly. Hulk ain't beating Kratos. No one is changing my mind. Blinkers for days. Much love. Josh, is there a reason you're not into PlayStation games? No, not really. Just kind of been an Xbox guy for the past decade. I was a PlayStation guy when I had a PS2. I just never made the jump to PS3 or anything. All right, everybody. Much love, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate being here. Videos over the weekend. I have a video coming out that's going to explain all the latest on the Star Wars stuff. I'm also waiting to see if any other updates come out about the Star Wars stuff. So make sure you check that out. A lot of fun videos and streams coming at you for the rest of the month and the rest of the year. I appreciate you. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Kratos is a bitch. Oh, my name's Kratos. I'm bald and I'm a little beach boy that needs weapons and magic. Oh, my name's Kratos and I'm so sad about being a guy. And Hulk doesn't even think about it. Hulk just smashed. Invincitron says, I'm Hulk. Yo, my bad, guys. Yo, much love to the Baldies. Hey. Much love to the Baldies. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? But like, so here's the thing, you know, maybe he's bald, but like, you're telling me you can't find like a magical toupee? Doesn't he find like the lamb thing, like a golden fleece? Can't you cut out a little toupee of that, get some super glue and stick that on the old noggin? Or you could be like Kevin Feige and just wear a hat to everything and just like make it your thing. So nobody's like, dude, that motherfucker is bald and he is just wearing hats everywhere. Oh, no, yeah, that's his thing. Man, I'm spicy today. I don't know what it is. I'm spicy, man. I'm spicy. Hey, I appreciate y'all are too kind. Thank you. That motherfucker's wearing hats everywhere because he's bald. All right, everybody. Much love. I apologize for my behavior today. I was not on my best behavior. We'll be back at it, and we'll be better Monday. You know, I'm going to think about what I did and reform. Make sure you open up your third eye and wash out your stinky butt.